Alright Kings, welcome to another video. It's your Raz here guys. I hope you're winning in life and doing well. If you're coming across my channel for the first time guys, I discuss personal development, red pill content guys to wake you up, fitness, dating, relationships, all that stuff across the manosphere, okay? And some people don't like using that word. I will use it guys because there is a manosphere, okay? Let's dive into this guys. Single men are emotionally and mentally strong, okay? And the reason I'm saying this, fellas, is okay. Now you're going to say, nah, Shiraz, that's not right. Men in relationships are emotionally strong as well. They're mentally strong. Now, I'm not saying they aren't, guys, but single men, the majority of single men, if these men, guys, have really looked after and taken care of themselves, okay, now we've got to at this point, and are quite normal guys, all right. They haven't kind of indulged in any kind of toxic destruction of themselves. Then they will be emotionally and mentally stronger than men in relationships. The reason being is single men don't have the dynamics of these relationships, fellas. When you're in a relationship, you and your partner, guys, form a bond, a cohabitation. Your identity is stripped, guys, to an extent. Yeah, nah, you're gonna argue with me, guys, but listen, I've been through it. Your identity is stripped to an extent, and your identity becomes her or part of your life is her. That identity is her. Let me explain to you further if you don't understand the point I'm getting at. It's like holidays, guys, sitting and watching movies, going to the gym together, all this stuff, guys, nighttime cozying up, that becomes your identity, guys. Shopping and all that becomes your identity with her, conversations during the day. Your self-identity slowly, guys, becomes that relationship, okay? Your mental reliance and your emotional reliance is within that relationship, okay? So the strength of emotionally and mentally that you hold has a certain extent, that dynamic in it, okay? It's not as strong as if you're a single man, guys. You will have her to rely on. You will have that relationship as a foundation of your support levels as a man, your emotional support levels as a man, your mental support levels as a man. You know, you go to her to seek solace if you've had a hard day at work. Say you guys are labouring or a hard day at work, or you guys have had stress in life. You know, your life's currently, you know, you're facing a lot of difficulties. You can go to her and get that emotional support. She'll give you that emotional support. She'll support you. Well, not all females, guys. Maybe the minute good ones will do that, but nah, just joking there, guys. But yeah, so you'll have that. They'll have that emotional support. Whereas, guys, single men don't have that kind of reliance. They're not in that environment, simply, guys. So they have to develop that emotional and that mental stability themselves. I personally found from these relationships, guys, that was in the past, and this is a key lesson for you. Before I got into these relationships, guys, long-term relationships, they were. When I was a single guy, and prior to these relationships, the emotional and mental strength I had, guys, was incredible, right? It was incredible because I had a kind of like a tantamount like to like kind of severe superhuman mental and emotional strength. Okay, nothing would get to me. But when I got into these relationships, guys, that hammered down in that weekend. Okay, weekend, but the sole fact you have somebody else to be that support foundation structure. Okay, you don't have that as a single man, guys. Okay, as a single man, depending on how long you've been single, guys. Okay, now I'm talking about you've been single for a while now, not just like you've been single for 3 months, right? You would have to. This is like for guys that have been single for a longer time. They've been on their own a longer time. You're going to build up that emotional and mental strength. You have to, guys. There's nobody there It's for you to cry in if you have a bad day. There's nobody there to help you deal with your problems, guys. There's nobody there to um, I don't know, if your car breaks down, there's nobody there to give you a lift. She's not there to pick you up. You know, you do your shopping on your own, guys. You do your washing on your own, guys. You do everything on your own. And that's what you should do when you're on your own, guys. You shouldn't need a female to do any of that. Hell, guys, if you can cook clean, guys, okay, your own play is cooking clean. If you have a car, if you can drive, you know, you can do everything that you should be doing to navigate your way through the day, guys. Hell, personally, you don't even need her, but some men just like that environment. Some men just like that situation. They prefer to be in relationships. Hell, that's up to you, guys. I wouldn't go back to it personally, fellas. All right, been there, done it. Prefer where I am at the moment. I prefer this kind of single life. Okay, I wouldn't go back to it, as I say. So we don't have that emotional and mental support structure. So we have to adopt that, guys. We adopt that. The more time we spend on our own, we adopt that. We become emotionally strong. We become emotionally strong because there's nobody there to give us solace. We have to develop that solace, guys. We have to develop that, not solace, sorry, guys. We have to develop that emotional strength. There's nobody there for us to cry to. There's nobody there for us to talk about our bad day. There's nobody there to give us support if something goes wrong. If we've had mental strength, guys, that's up to us. We as men and single men, guys, we have to develop that emotional strength ourselves. Being on our own, guys, having a time on our own. Maybe you guys sit and meditate. Maybe you guys sit there and do a lot of thinking, which you should, guys. Men do not think these days. Sit there and think. You develop that emotional strength, whereas a normal guy, a normal man out there, and guys in relationships and long-term relationships, girlfriend, boyfriend, guys, they don't really have that introspection and that thought process that you would do it if you're single, guys. You have this time on your own, like this, guys. You don't have that time to do that. I mean, most of these conversations, guys, nowadays between human beings in general are robotic and thoughtless, fellas. So you've just got to imagine, you know, if you're living with somebody who's as equally not very intellectual in the thought processes about life, what that conversation is going to adhere to, okay? That's not really going to develop mental strength, guys. Mental strength comes from, in my opinion, guys, mental strength comes from having a lot of solitude, guys. Mental strength comes from seeing the tough sides, guys, of things and dealing with things on your own. That's where mental strength comes from. It doesn't matter whether you're with somebody just now, guys, and you've been through tough times, okay? You're always going to have that support. Somebody's going to be there to give you the cradle, guys, okay, to hold you and hug you. You don't have that when you're on your own, guys. You have to deal with that. And as a result of that, that develops a mental strength, guys. And similarity, guys, emotional strength. Again, you're on your own. And you're on your own. You know, you're single, you're on your own, you're doing your daily things. You have to be your own emotional support, guys, okay? And that's developed. That gets stronger and stronger as your own. The more time you are on your own, you become more emotionally strong, guys. Certainly, if you're one of these men that has gone single, guys, for a long time now, after breakups or long-term relationships, guys, you'll be severely emotionally solid because you've been through that long-term relationship. You will have came out, you will have formed your identity again, you've got back to single life, and you'll have found your identity as a man, and you'll have learned from those relationships. You've went away from the feeling of the cohabitation, from the feeling of the identity with the person. It's a difficult time, those times, guys, but I'm telling you, those times, if any of you guys are going through that currently at the moment, or if any of you guys are recently new to it, this is one of the best ways men become emotionally strong, and it's hard at the time, but your emotional strength, guys, will shoot through the roof after that. And then the more time you spend on your own, guys, you don't seek that emotional crutch from anybody. You don't seek it. You don't have a female to seek it from. You then eventually, the more time you're single and on your own, guys, you will develop that emotional strength. You will just develop it. It will come from your experiences. You won't need to even go to family, even friends, guys, to get that emotional strength. It will be self-built because of the time you spent on your own. It'll just become solidified. You'll get stronger and stronger the more time you're on your own. Certainly, you learn a lot from breakups, guys, and they make you emotionally stronger. And maybe same with females, guys, but females are able to emotionally detach very quickly, guys, okay? Because there's a different mental dynamic with male and females in relationships. Females, females' emotional attachment and relationships are based on hypergamy and survival, whereas men, as attachment relationships, as affection, as provision and protection, and they do show genuine love, guys, okay, in these relationships. Women love for what you can provide, okay. This is just a set in stone fact, guys, all right. So they don't have that emotional attachment a man has the same way. So that's why men take breakups harder, just for your information. But you will get back to getting that strength. So you also, solitude time, guys, makes you the time on your own, the being alone, guys, you introspect more. You introspect more, and you're able to become more self-aware and understand yourself. When you become self-aware and understand yourself, who you really are as a person, who you really are as a man, guys, that develops emotional strength. Men in relationships, men in long-term relationships, married, etc., they don't have that time, guys, to be introspecting that much and to be really figuring out their emotional strength, guys. Yeah, not all. Some men, guys, will will be emotionally strong, guys. That's part of what being a man is. But you're going to be stronger emotionally as a single man, guys. That is just the way single life is. You do everything on your own. You deal with your difficulties on your own. You may even not be able to rely on, family support, for your emotional and mental stability, guys. It's all really down to you. Whereas guys in relationships are going to have that, guys. They're going to have that slight level of mental and emotional support. Whereas you're not going to have that, so you will develop that in time, and this is why single men develop strength emotionally and mentally more than men in these kind of situations, guys. So I hope you like this one, guys. I hope this one gave you some knowledge, gave you some value, fellas, in this video. Okay. If you did like the video, guys, it helped you out. Share, like, subscribe, help other men get these videos, guys. Stay strong, fellas, out there, alright? Keep healthy, guys. Keep hope, guys. Keep happy. That's what this channel is about. And keep trying to win in life, fellas. So with that said, guys, I'm going to leave it here. I hope you enjoyed this one. Take care. Shiraz out.